Assalamualaikum.
Okay, assalamualaikum.
This is Raz.
Today, I'm Raz, and this
I'm
is
Jazz.
You can't see us, but we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about
the college life and this song.
We did that really on time.
I know.
Okay, so today we're just going to talk about the different things you notice in a college environment, such as drugs, smoking, partying. Talk about just an Islamic take on it, and basically how you should, try to save yourself. Basically, what Islam says about all these things, and then how you should try to stay away and not partake in any of these things.
Okay. So the first topic, smoking. This is a very iffy topic with Muslims because I guess you can say there's nowhere in the Quran where it actually says do not smoke, as it does with drinking. So some Muslims are like, oh, you can smoke, it's okay. But then the whole thing about it is, why would you want to do something that could kill? And actually, in our bio book, page 318, it says cigarette smoke can change nucleotides in ways that affect encoded genetic information, which pretty much means it messes with your DNA when you breathe in the smoke. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of want to live. So smoking is not something that you should be doing. But then along with smoking is not just bad, but it also leads to doing other drugs such as weed and other things that you experiment in college. And some Muslims say, oh, well, Allah made it, so it's not that
It's natural.
bad. It's natural. But Allah also made pigs.
Yeah.
Allah also made, that. You know what I mean?
It's kind of, just think of it as another, temptation. It's there, it's natural, but that doesn't give you the leeway to do it. Yeah. And also there's a principle in Islam where it's a general principle where you shouldn't harm your body, you shouldn't do anything that harms your body. And what does smoking do? That it kills you. It gives you black lungs.
Why would you even do that to yourself?
Alcohol leads to cirrhosis, liver disease.
None of these things lead to good things.
Yeah.
Smoking and drugs.
So pot, it's a gateway drug. So, people, you want to do pot for once, and then, you become,
do it again.
Yeah, you're going to do it again.
And do it again.
Then it might lead to heroin and cocaine and all the other stuff that's out there. I don't even know what's
out there. Yeah, because in college it's experiment time. So you try pot, and then you're like,
people think it's experiment.
Yeah, experiment. Time. They're like, oh, let me up it a level. Oh, let me up it a level. Oh, this is not working. Let me up it a level. Mm-hmm. And then to the point that you're out of control. And actually, we do have some hadiths about.
And these are Bukhari and Muslim hadiths.
And hadiths, and it says anything. A Jabir related to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, anything that causes drunkenness in a large quantity is forbidden, even in small quantity. Now, drunkenness we'll get to a little bit later, but still, this is a good hadith. Also, Salama related to that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade every intoxicant and everything which causes languidness, which pretty much means anything that makes you feel different.
Or languidness, meaning lazy. And what does pot do? It gives you this kind of, everything is in slow motion. I wouldn't know, but that's what I've heard.
Yeah, I heard. You just sit there and look at a refrigerator.
And you imagine you're in space or something. Just crazy things. You imagine unicorns flying and stuff like that.
So why would
I don't even know.
Yeah, why would you want to do this?
Yeah.
Now, topic number 2.
Okay, so partying. Many of you notice that the thing to do at college is partying. Sororities have parties, fraternities have parties. Party. That's what you do on the weekends. Thursday night is party night.
Thursday's the start off, and it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Exactly, and so you got the party thing going on. Clubs. Clubbing is a big deal apparently in college. And I never knew this stuff, but then now you're in college, you see pretty much everybody. It used to be from going out, hanging out, going out to eat and going to the movies, to now it's just let's go to the club together. Let's put on some crazy, showing half your body dresses, and let's go clubbing. And so, a lot of people think that, regarding Muslims, many people will think that, it might be okay to go to a club as long as you don't, drink alcohol or you're not doing anything. But let's just make it clear that
it's a complete haram.
You're in a completely haram environment. What is the most, first of all, at a club, what do you see at a club? The lights are dim, almost dark sometimes. There's a disco ball going and it's dark and stuff. You have no idea who other people. You get this sense of freedom. You don't, you're not yourself anymore. You can do whatever you want. Nobody will know. And we'll get to this later. And then there's also alcohol everywhere. And you don't know who's drunk. You don't know who's been drinking. You don't know who will, make a move on you any second. Especially when you go in, like she said, crazy dresses, you know, like
crazy
you're
dresses.
like putting yourself out there for people to make a move on you, for something to happen to you. And third of all, there's dancing, grinding, all that, you know, like astaghfirullah, like, you know, body to body touching, haram music, talking about what? Alcohol, you know, desires,
drugs,
you know,
everything
like
that you're doing.
Everything that basically should not be done is like at a club environment altogether. It's like everything in one place. You know,
it's like, let's put all of these together.
Exactly.
And that's
all
a club.
Of these basically are at a club. So you think about it yourself. Would you picture Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ever even imagining stepping foot into like you have to step back and think like this. You know, you have to have this mindset that if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was here, what would he advise the people to do? Would he advise the people to partake in anything? Would he allow somebody to go in a place where it encompasses all this haram? Okay, just think about it. And you know, like, okay, when you go to a club setting, you think that, you know, no one's seeing me, the lights are dim, my parents aren't here. This goes back to that whole concept again that no matter, where to say this, you know, like, no matter where you are, although your parents don't see you, you know, Allah still sees you. Allah sees your every move, your everything you say, everything you do. So when you're seeing all this, just remember that you're doing it in front of Allah. And
that should be the part that just makes you, okay, this is not right. Like, also, there's this thing about the Prophet, before he became Prophet. This is another before he became Prophet. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to say music is haram, but there's music out there that's obviously you should not be listening to it. But anyways, the Prophet was going to go to this party. It was just a normal party with like music and stuff. But every time he was about to step into the party, he would just fall asleep.
Oh, wow.
So then the next night, the guy invited him again, and he would go, and then he'd just fall asleep. And then it kept happening to him. I think it happened 3 times. I don't know exactly. Don't take my word for it, but this did happen. Mm-hmm. And it was to the point where the Prophet said, obviously, going to this party is not good for me.
Exactly.
So he didn't go. And this is just something to show you, like, parties aren't the best environment if you want to increase your deen. Mm-hmm. But that's topic number 3. Alcohol. The thing about alcohol that I really do not understand why Muslims do it is that unlike smoking, and I guess you can say hijab, alcohol is in the Quran. You know what I mean? It's not like random...
It's directly stated.
You know, people say, oh, that hadith is not credible. This isn't in a hadith. This is in the Quran. Mm-hmm. It's 100%. 100% sure. So if you go to Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 219, it says, they ask you about alcoholic drinking, gambling. In them is great sin. I don't know. I guess that means you're not supposed to do it. Like, I never understood this, why people will drink, but it's like in the Quran. You know what I mean? No one can say...
The Quran is a revelation from God, you know, like it hasn't been changed, it's directly His word, so.
And there's nothing, like, you can't even, honestly, we can't really talk about this for hours on end, because...
Yeah, because there's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. It's in the Quran. Sorry, don't drink, like...
Inshallah, you know...
Inshallah, if you do drink, or you do smoke, or you do go to clubs, inshallah, Allah will help you, and you... The last topic, don't, which kind of leads on to our next video, which will be about halal dating.
Yeah. But, okay, so for now, we're going to talk about girls... just like you know, like the opposite sex interactions, I guess, in college.
In high school, even if you have religious parents, people in high school, they're like, oh, you're around too much girl, you're around too much. In college, it's like it's endless. And then the girls, they wear whatever.
So yeah, okay. Anyways, so you know, I guess it's understandable for guys, you know, when they're surrounded by girls who do so. You know, okay, it's an innate desire. You know, we're built with this temptation that we are going to be tempted. You know, because man was meant to love the opposite sex, because that's how, you know, like humans will continue. And so, but the point is, you know, if you're girls, how are you dressing yourselves? You know, like, how are you presenting yourselves? Are you becoming like an eye candy for guys? Are you putting yourself out there? Are you wearing clothes like that? They're gonna make guys turn around and look at you while you walk in. Like, you know, like, you have to like think about it. Like, how are you dressing yourself? And this, I guess, will be a continuation of the topic of hijab, which is probably number 1 protection from all this. Just because you know, it's. Especially for girls, you're saying it loud and clear, you know, like, first of all, you're saying that I'm Muslim. Second of all, you're saying when you wear looser clothes, you know, you don't really, you know, the parts of your body that should be hidden aren't exactly displayed out there. You're not a showcase for all the guys to look at, you know. Okay, and then hunks and guys, just lower your gaze. I know it's hard for both of us, you know.
It's for both of us, but like, guys, honestly, girls. Even if you wear a t-shirt and nasty jeans, girls will, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with guys, I feel like with Muslim guys, it's more like just lower your gaze, like Allah will help you. I know it's hard. Don't let the college life ruin your Islam.
Yeah.